Yo, hey. All right, making sure the sound come through. Man, great day, good day, everybody. Good day, everybody. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Flip, man, aka 3M checking in, aka 3 a.m. You feel me? You already know, man. We about to jump straight into it, man. What we got going today?
All right, let's talk.
All right.
Stay strapped.
You already know, man. We about to see what's going on outside first. You know what I mean? See what the climate like. See who out here cutting the food. I ain't heard nothing exploding yet, so it might be pretty safe. Alright. I need to get my I need to edit my logo, man, for the what you call it. Oh, this all good. Alright, so we're gonna stop at one warehouse first. You know what I'm saying? Before we jump into some. Peep the scenery, you feel me? Okay, we got a stash house over here. Let's go ahead and grab that. Two people cussing on the stone in these streets. Alright. Go ahead and grab these supplies right quick, you feel me? Notice I changed the clothes, man, and I got on like, you know what I mean, some Asian inspired gear. You know what I'm saying? Still one left. Alright. I'm gonna explain why I put this on today. 72. Good God, that's an ugly combination. 68, 83, 68, 688. 6883 6883 6883 6883 6883 6883 6883 6883. Alright. Boom. Alright. So yeah, man, I was I did some meditation and stretching this morning, man. And I have been thinking about like Asian culture a little bit lately. And what it do? What it do? What we got? What we got? What we got? I'm getting better with that. All right, boom. All right, so yeah, man. So I had, thought about like some of the spirituality they got over there in China, or in Asia rather. And don't get me wrong, man. I believe in God, Jesus, Yeshua. You know what I mean? I'm on that. But one thing that I realized, man, because this isn't the first time I looked into a different spirituality. But one thing I noticed is that when I look, you know what I mean? I don't agree with everything. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I tend to see my God, the God that I know and understand, I tend to see it in other spiritualities, you know what I mean? So I always enter into exploration, considering that. You feel me? And one thing that I picked up today, I want to say in Taoism. Yeah, man, I was it was talking about going with the flow. That's the main thing that I'm, picked up on. There was a couple things that I read, you know what I mean? But the one thing that's been sticking with me that I believe I need to pick up on is going with the flow, man. Going with the flow. You know what I mean? Because stuff like that happens. You saw that dude just came, now he chasing me, you feel me? Stuff like that happens, you feel me? But we just got to go with the flow and take life how it come. You know what I mean? And understand that there are things that we cannot control. You see what I'm saying? I'm in the middle of the trace, man, trying to drop game. out there. Oh, he left me alone. We're gonna get back to that, man. We in a chase right now, though. You picked the wrong car to chase me in. It's that Thrax. He on me though. Ooh, he on me. He's sticking with me though. He's still on me? He's still on me, y'all. Ooh wee. Yeah. Asia. All right, man, I'm finna park somewhere, man. I'm finna spin this block and pull it to my agency, man. Whoop, alarm going off. Everything just going on right now, ain't it? Yeah. Gone. All right. That was cool. But yeah, man, going with the flow, man, going with the flow. And that's a good example right there. Like, I was not expecting to get into a chase. You know what I mean? I was definitely not expecting that. You feel me? For sure. But it happened. And I just had to go with it. You feel me? Do what I had to do. But see, this is the other thing. This is the other thing with going with the flow that I picked up. I also picked up that I have to give myself grace. You see what I'm saying? Like, prime example. Like, I might realize that I forgot to do something, you feel me? And, you know, I may look at that like, oh, dang, I messed up, you know what I mean? Because according to me, a part of my flow was for me to do that thing that I forgot. You get what I'm saying? But because I forgot, I tend to, you know, make myself feel bad. Like, dang, I should have did that. Why didn't I do that? You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is it didn't happen. And it happened like that for a reason. You know what I mean? We tend to like to beat ourselves up for stuff because it don't go the way that we see it. But what we have to understand that there is a greater force beyond our understanding that is at work. And see, and that's how I see my God that I understand in different spiritualities or religions, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. Because, you know, according to the Holy Bible, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. You feel me? So me having this view of how I think things should go, that's my understanding. You feel me? But see, God, you know what I mean, is that greater force. Or Yahweh is that greater force. You see what I'm saying? That's at play. So perhaps, you know, events turn the way that they did, and my mind, you know, it slipped my mind for, you know, a reason according to the greater force, which is God. You see what I'm saying? So when I look at Taoism, I'm probably saying it wrong, forgive me if I am. But when I look at that, I recognize that if things don't go according to the way that I think it should go, or if I forget something and I, you know, start to beat myself up, I got to give myself grace. It's like, okay, I forgot that, but grace, it's okay. You see what I'm saying? That's what I got to tell myself. So whenever I feel like I make an error, you know what I mean, which is kind of not even a real thing when you think deep about it. That's a whole nother conversation. But whenever I think I make an error, I have to address it with grace. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what can I do about something that I forgot right now in this moment? Except do it. You see what I'm saying? That's it. And as far as like my emotional being, you feel me? What I can do is give myself grace. It's okay, self. Don't beat yourself up. You know what I mean? So for anybody out there, man, that deal with something like this, man, you know, do not beat yourself up. You know, when you forget to do something or you make an error, you know what I mean? Give yourself grace in those moments. And that's something that I'm working through right now currently, man. Giving myself grace and going with the flow. Going with the flow. Because this how I tie this how I kind of revert back to my God and how I understand it is you know, my God in the word in the Bible it says everything is working for the good of those that love God. You know, don't oh snap, what am I doing? Everything works for the good. You know what I mean? So everything is for my good. So scripture says everything. It don't say some things. It don't say things based on my own understanding. It says all things work for the good of those that love the Lord. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm tripping for? You know what I mean? Everything is for my good. So that even goes into the moments where I might slip up or, you know, make a mistake or forget to do something. That too is for my good because that too is included in everything. You see what I'm saying? And I think one error that I make is, man, I try to be in too much control of stuff. So I put in my mind this way that I think things should be. You feel me? And right there, I'm leaning on my own understanding. Right there, I'm not allowing God to move the way that God wants. Because God has a flow. And it's going to flow the way God intends, like regardless. You see what I'm saying? And that understanding just comes from relationship and just reflecting, man. Like if you really want to understand God more, like look back over your life, you feel me? Like look back and see moments where you didn't think it was going to work out, moments you thought everything was just finna fall apart. And perhaps things did go away, you feel me? But you still here. And I'm pretty sure if you look back at that situation for yourself, you'll recognize, what's up? You'll recognize that things eventually work themselves out. You see what I'm saying? Things always eventually work themselves out. And you know, when I think about that, man, it just make me realize like it really ain't no point of tripping off of nothing. You feel me? And that's where that grace fall right back in. See how all of it is connected? You see what I'm saying? Give yourself that grace, because that's in place for moments like that. You know what I mean? Give yourself grace. Grace, man. Do it. All right, where I'm going? I'm out here just riding with no direction, man. Which is fun sometimes. Just free riding is cool, you feel me? But for what I'm talking about, that creates, you know, having a direction brings up another speaking point. Because that can allow us to trust things too. Because if we receive direction from our higher power, then we can also, you know, be a little more rest assured that things are going to pan out the way they are, because, you know, our vision, our direction is directly aligned with our Creator. And our Creator can't fail. So what we have to do is align ourselves with what our Creator wants us to do and not what we want to do, based on our own understanding. You feel me, man? That our own understanding, man, can be such a plague to our lives, you know what I'm saying? But see, when we seek God, the Most High, the big flow, you feel what I'm saying? When we position ourselves with that, man, we can be that much more confident that things are going to work out. Because I am on a mission. I have a vision that comes directly from God. Now, how do we get that vision? I'm glad y'all asked. Man, for me, it took just sitting still, man. Sitting still, really dedicating time to really hearing that voice, learning to hear that voice of God. You know, learning to look at my life through the lens of God. You feel me? And all this may sound like a lot, but I promise you it's a lot simpler than you would imagine, because one thing that helps this, which also ties into Taoism and the Asian, you know, spiritualities, along with what I believe in, meditation. Meditation, man. Meditation. I mean, if you just take time to sit still and just whatever you need at that moment, whatever you feel you need, ask.
Hey, sure.
Ask. And sit still and quiet for a while. You know, remove all distractions, turn off the TV, put your phone on silent for a while. You get what I'm saying? And just sit still for a moment. And now you may not hear that answer directly right then. You feel me? Because that's one misconception that people may have. Like, oh, I meditated, why I didn't hear nothing? What you have to understand is when we meditating, we're doing something that involves the heart. We are opening up our hearts. You see what I'm saying? So we have to understand that we might not necessarily receive, you know, off the rip, something that hits our mind, an understanding that hits our mind. You get what I'm saying? Because when we're gaining true understanding, it has to hit the heart first and then the mind. See, this is the understanding of God, not our own understanding. This is how we get the understanding of God. You see what I'm saying?
How you doing?
We let it travel from the heart to the mind. You feel me? So, you know, just so people will say, I prayed, but God didn't say nothing. Well, I get that, and I know exactly how that feels. You feel me? I know exactly how that feels. But see, the only reason, 9 times out of 10, when we feel like God's not speaking to us or we confused, it's because we're not seeking the understanding of God. We're leaning on our own. So I'm here to tell you, to give you understanding that God speaks to the heart. God speaks to the heart, then it travels to the mind. You know what I mean? So if you're not hearing nothing, it's okay. It's okay. Rest assured that you taking time to seek God is going to pay off. Man, look. Oh, my goodness. It's going to pay off. I'm telling you, it's going to pay off every time. Because God never fails. And just the fact that you stopped and spent time with God, oh, man. He going to come through. God is going to come through. I promise you. Just trust it. And if you're having a hard time trusting, ask God for that trust. Whatever you need, you can go to God and ask. Just sit still for a minute and hear him. That's another thing. Sometimes we just get so focused on praying to God. God, I need this. God, I need that. God, I want that. And then we go about our life and then wondering why we ain't heard from God. Well, I'm here to tell you that meditation, dang, I done came to the same warehouse twice. But meditation is when we hear from God. Prayer is when we speak to God. Meditation is when God speaks to us. So we got to sit quiet. That's that meditation is sitting still, sitting quiet. You know, you can turn you on some nice music, but you know, don't turn on nothing that's gonna, you know, grab too much of your attention. You feel me? Don't turn on nothing that's gonna grab too much of your attention. Cause I know me, man. I'm a music person. You feel me? I love music, so you know, if I turn on some relaxing jazz or something, man. Hey man, I might get lost. I'm sitting there listening to what the bass doing. You know what I mean? I'm listening to what the guitar doing. Ooh wee. I'm listening to all that. I'm taking all that in and, you know, listening to it like a musician. Y'all know how we listen to music if you're a musician. We don't listen to music like everybody else do. We can, but we do have that space we go into where we kind of be very critical and really trying to understand what's going on, you feel me? And how we can apply it, you know what I mean? So turn you on something that's not gonna take too much of your attention. One good thing that one good way, which is what I started with, was guided. Let me go ahead and say it right. Guided, like a guided meditation. You see what I'm saying? And that kind of helps bring you back when them thoughts try to start wandering, because it is going to happen, especially when you're starting off and even when you've been in meditation for a while. Sometimes them thoughts going to pop up and try to take you away from, you know, your focus of your meditation. You feel me? But a guided meditation, it kind of has an intention already. It sets it for you and you just follow it. and it kind of brings you, it keeps you there. Like if your thoughts go astray, it kind of pulls you back to the intention of the meditation. And that, you know, that was my go-to when I first started my meditation practices a few years ago. But yeah, man, I had to start meditating, man, because my mind would just be all over the place. All over the place. You know? Can anybody relate to that? Your mind just all over the place, just over here one minute. Now it's over here this minute. Now it's thinking about that. And now it's thinking how that relate to that. And now you thinking about something that happened 2 years ago that looks something like what's going on right now. And then the person that was involved. And well, I wonder what they up to now. You know what I mean? Good God, it's like a snowball, man. Next thing you know, man, you thinking about something so far away from what you intended to think about. But guided meditation helps that. You know what I mean? And then once you kind of start building up that muscle, because that's what you're doing. You're training your mind. You know, that's another thing that comes from it, from meditation is, you know, strengthening of the mind. You know what I mean? You get to building up that muscle to, you know, put your mind where you want your mind to go. Because that's a big problem that we have. Our mind just do what it want to do. You see what I'm saying? But meditation helps us to anchor that mug. And not just, and then we feel the effects, you know, when we're not meditation, like, not when we're not meditating. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, man, but this thing got me excited. Let me slow down. Let me breathe. But yeah, man, once we start meditating, and I know somebody ain't chasing me again. Okay. So yeah, but once we start meditating, you know, and getting into that space of being able to direct our mind to where we want it to be, you know, we'll soon find ourselves when we're just, I'm giving you an example, so let me paint a picture. Like say if like you run into a situation where you would usually get upset, you know what I'm saying? Because of the meditation, you'll be, I hate to say it, you'll be more able, is that correct grammar? I'm not sure. But you'll be more able to ground your mind to a space of peace. You see what I'm saying? Because I know one thing that I struggle with big time in the past and still do to this day is if I get upset, my mind tend to want to go there and stay there. Like it's almost like this is what we supposed to do. That's kind of like what my mind be saying. I'm supposed to be mad right now. What do you mean? But there's so much power in letting stuff go. You know what I mean? And that brings me right back around to what I was talking about with the Taoism, man. Going with the flow and letting it go with grace. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, your mind may go to this space that you don't want it to be. Excuse me, but don't beat yourself up about it. Just go ahead and redirect the thinking with grace. Like, it's okay, self, that your mind went there. You know, it's okay that you got a little upset. It's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And we got to do that for ourselves, man, because, man, the world and just people will criticize us all day long. This is why self-love is so important. You feel me? Because other folks going to always have something to say. And some folks might not even say nothing, but you just know. You know what I mean? Let's be real about it. You just know. You know what I mean? Folks ain't even got to necessarily say nothing about what you did or what you doing. You just can know, like, yeah, they going to feel the way. But see, we got to remove that from our thinking pattern. And I tell you, meditation helps that a lot. It helps us to let things go. And I'm going to be real, this isn't something that just happens overnight. Like, the more you practice your meditation and grounding your mind to positive spaces, the easier it will be to ground your mind when you know, out and about doing things, you know, when you're not meditating. I promise you, it works. Meditation works, man. Yeah, but all in all, man, like I said, I was looking into some, what did I come here for? I don't even remember, but we're going in.
Hey, Shelly.
But yeah, man, I was looking into that today, the Taoism. And yeah, man, we got to let stuff go. and go with the flow, man. You feel me? And I usually try to stay on here for about 30 minutes, man. But I'm going to end that right there, Jack. This Flip checking out, man. Please subscribe. You know what I mean? I'm getting my streaming schedule together right now. I have been streaming like early in the morning, like 6, 7 Eastern Standard Time. But I'm experimenting with, from 6 to 10 right there, because I kind of want to be like for the early bird people. You know what I'm saying? But see, the day we at, well, I think I started around 9. But yeah, we working that out, man. And also, episodes are recorded, so you can go check them out on my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? They're there. Well, I'm just talking about stuff like this. You know what I mean? So if you're interested in, profound things, or talking about this type of stuff, how it relates to, politics or school system or work, stuff like that. Tap in, man. Subscribe. You know what I mean? Comment. And I just came in here just off of muscle memory because I'm talking. But yeah, man, what I was saying was a lot more important. So yeah, man, y'all tap in with me, man. Flip, aka 3M, aka 3AM. Signing off. Peace. And I mean that.